Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video we are going to be taking a look at the physical free-to-play Beerus LR that has received a ZZA and of course is also a pretty solid unit himself. So we're going to see just how good Beerus is. He's a planetary destruction lead of 120%, which is great. He's unable to attack in the beginning. He has defense of 200%. He reduces damage by 50%, and with each turn passed will slowly reduce less damage, 10% each turn. Within the character's attacking turn, he gives all allies 40% attack, and with each turn passed, he gives them another 10% attack as a support. He creates rainbow key spheres, and he also gets an additional 50% defense per key sphere obtained. So pretty good stuff. Honestly, very defensively orientated, obviously. However, when he awakens from his slumber, then we get the real Beerus, and for a free-to-play unit, pretty good. Greatly raises attack on his 12 key, greatly raises attack permanently on his 18 key, and raises defense for one turn, whilst greatly lowering the enemy's attack, which is good. On top of that, he actually now has a passive, key plus 3, attack and defense of 200%, an additional 50% damage reduction for the first turn, and key plus 3. He gets an additional key plus 1 and attack of 11% up to 7 and 77% respectively with each attack received. And he gets an additional attack and defense of 100% with 3 or more key spheres obtained, additional damage reduction of 30% with 5 or more key spheres obtained, and will perform a high chance of crit from the turn in which he receives his 7th attack. So the thing is, he has an interrupt that automatically activates when he comes out of his slumber. So basically he has an intercept. He will automatically taunt the opposition. They're forced to attack him, and this is pretty big for Beerus, because obviously what it does is it kind of basically says, you know what, I'm going to intercept the attacks and I'm going to, slam dunk. So it's pretty cool. I think overall it's a really nice looking unit. I like that they use new mechanics on these units. And yeah, I think overall Beerus is solid. Not dominating red zone solid, but pretty good solid. And can be used for, lower, different, higher level content. Not lower, he's definitely very good. But like maybe starter, blue zones, red zones, etc. In terms of links, Godly Power, Prodigies, Connoisseur, Innocence, Shocking Speed, Sharing the Limit, Legendary Power are all of his links, and he's on Bond of Master and Disciple, Legendary Existence, Realm of the Gods, Planetary Destruction, Siblings Bond, Space Traveling Warriors, Super Bosses, and Worthy Rivals. Now, in terms of raw numbers, obviously in the beginning, pretty defensively orientated. 50% damage reduction. He can get up to a very high defense, so like 500k, 400k, and this is pretty solid, to be entirely honest with you. Like, this is not bad. If you really think about it, this is actually very accessible. So I think, yeah, for me, 100%, it's definitely a very solid, like defensive unit. Of course, that doesn't last long because his damage reduction like slows down. But generally speaking, he still is pretty solid up until his transformation. Like, that's just how he functions. So yeah, of course, besides that, once he does transform, that's when things tend to get a little bit interesting. Now, that first turn that he transforms, which you can see here, it is still an active. So you don't have to transform him if for whatever reason you just want really high raw defense, or maybe you want to save the intercept or something. But yeah, what I would say is, generally speaking, what I would say is that generally speaking, I think you will probably transform him immediately. I think just like in general, I don't see a reason not to. In terms of raw numbers, the defense doesn't hit the same heights, but he's still pretty solid. 30% damage reduction, 289,000 defense, 290,000 defense a turn, which is pretty good, if I do say so myself. Pretty solid. And then of course he also has that additional 30% damage reduction if you get 3 or more orbs, which isn't bad. Again, like I say, it's not bad in any way, shape, or form. So I think overall, pretty solid stuff. And he does greatly raise, or he does raise his defense one turn. So looking at a unit that with additionals probably gets close to the 400k mark with a 30% damage reduction, to me that sounds decent. Without getting too like funny with it, I think that's a very solid number. Attack stat wise, once fully built up, looking at 13-14 million, which again is also pretty good for a free to play unit. It's really solid, gotta be honest. Like, all things considered, 14 mil for a free to play unit is still pretty solid. I think, considering how relatively unconditional he is as well. Like, if you look at him, he doesn't need the unit to be in attack down or defense down or something, and he still has a very good high base crit chance, so he actually is pretty easy to use. Like, if you compare him to other really good free to play LRs, a lot of them are super conditional or need certain teams or need the opponent to be in attack down, defense down. Beerus doesn't need any of that. Beerus just does his thing, and I think that's pretty cool. All things considered, I think that is pretty solid. So yeah, but other than that, honestly, really good from Beerus. Link wise, very much a Beerus unit, so it's very hard to isolate him from links like Connoisseur, Godly Power, etc. But overall, a solid link set for a free to play unit, for Beerus units, and he has shocking speed, which a lot of God units have, so at least he can make it work. But yeah, aside from that, I think a really good unit. You should definitely easy A him and use him as a free to play unit. But I think overall an incredibly solid unit, and I wish everyone the best of luck. Make sure that you grab him, and yeah, otherwise that's pretty much it from me. So again, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. So as always, thanks for watching, take care, stay safe, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it from me. I don't really think there's anything that much more that I need to kind of cover or say. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, take care, stay safe, and bye.